right, well, there isn't much to be happy about maybe in the state of Ohio right now with sports, but if we look outside of Ohio, there's a lot going on in the NFL. So let's take a quick little look around the NFL. It's not exactly midway, but it's kind of midway. We can look forward to what we might look for or see at the end of the season, and we don't need like predictions on the playoffs or a bracket or anything. But I thought we could look at each division, throw some ideas out there, and maybe all pick a division winner. No wild cards, just a division winner. What we think, based on what we've seen so far, that we'll see come, 7 weeks from now?
Yep.
So let's just start off with the AFC East. We've got New England leading the way, Jets, Buffalo Bills, and the lowly Miami Dolphins.
Tough
So-
division. One of the toughest in the league.
Based on the first three, yes.
Despite Miami.
Right, despite Miami. And
Who's
it's
playing tough football right now, even though they're losing games.
But when you're in a division where you're playing New England and the Jets, who are absolutely stacked, it's pretty tough. So if we had to pick one team out of there, you've got to go. I think you got to go with the Patriots as the division winner.
Especially because they just beat the Jets this past weekend. So I mean, they're the favorite. Their defense is atrocious, but unless you can stop or outscore Tom Brady, you don't stand a chance. He has no wideouts. He has Deion Branch, Wes Welker, and Chad Ochocinco, who just cannot catch a break.
Ochocinco might be off the team here.
Yeah, but come on.
Come on, he's been nailing those guys left and right.
Right, but I think that he definitely makes all those guys better. It's a clear Peyton Manning situation. Guys like Reggie Wayne don't mean shit right now, okay? But I mean, Deion Branch, that's not a star caliber receiver. Is Wes Welker breaking all kinds of records this year? Yeah. Is he a star caliber wide receiver, like the prototype? No, he's not. He's a slot guy. He's not a number one guy. But show me somebody who can outcoach Bill Belichick, and I mean, until somebody shows me otherwise, I think the Pats got that division locked up.
Ramon?
I'm gonna pull out a sleeper.
Miami?
Buffalo Bills.
All right.
They're playing great football, and they've been in contention every one of their games. They haven't been blown out, and them getting ready to put that franchise tag on Fitzpatrick, give him a lot of confidence going in deep into the season.
He needs it because he's been doing terrible.
I disagree that the franchise tag is a sign of confidence. Franchise tag means we're going to pay you well for 1 year, but we don't have to sign a big contract with you, and you cannot go anywhere else.
But if you know you're playing well and your team is playing awesome and you feel like you want to get paid, yeah, why not?
Right, but okay, the Bills showed a lot of confidence in Fitzpatrick by not drafting a quarterback high. That says a lot. But the fact that they don't just throw a big contract at him makes me think that they're saying, yes, we like him right now, he's running our offense, we think he's a smart guy and he's doing the job. But we really don't know if he's got what it takes to be our franchise quarterback. And therefore, we're going to keep him for one more year and see what happens.
I think he does. I think he has what it takes to be a NFL quarterback, and he's been proving it this year.
All right.
And the team's been playing awesome, and I like it.
All right. Bills, they got a good D, too.
Yeah.
They picked some balls off.
I need Sean Marion back.
Brett, man.
I gotta go with Belichick and Brady with the New England Patriots. You know, it's gonna be very weird not to see New England in the playoffs as it is. But I mean, it's gonna be shocking not to see New England in the playoffs. But you know, Belichick and Brady have a great chemistry up there. I mean, I like the Bills a lot. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Bills, and I could see them maybe as a wild card, but I can't see them overcoming the New England Patriots to win the division. So,
all right, so that makes it 3 for New England and one rebel here for Buffalo. So we'll see what happens. I'd much rather see Buffalo in the playoffs than New England, always.
I mean, Penn State is in shambles right now. I mean, I don't see them winning another game all year, but I think the Buckeyes are just going to need to do more. But I do definitely see him getting the W this week. I got OSU putting up 38, Penn State 17. I think it's going to be a bounce-back week and a solid victory for the Buckeye fans.
wow. So what's your
38-17 Bucks.
38-17?
You heard me.
All right.
I'll say it 3 times. 38-17.
All right, I got you.
Good.
Okay.
I'll go. Unfortunately, I got the Bucks losing Because
Dude, you are negative this week.
I got to, man. This positive stuff is not leading in my favor. And right now the Bucks have been showing me nothing but the fourth quarter. And if you can't win a game the whole, show yourself throughout the whole game, you're not going to win games. Them freakish plays are not going to work every single time.
All right, number.
I got them losing 28-21. Touchdown.
28-21. That is all touchdowns.
Yep.
Damn. All right.
That's who's going to need to win this game.
Brett?
I'm gonna have to go with Dale on this one. I think Penn State's in shambles. I think especially since I just you told me to Google about the Purdue Ohio State record. I just saw on the app that Jerry Sandusky is going to plead innocent to this whole thing, and so I think that's even going to put fuel on the fire. I think it's going to be even more of a letdown for the Penn State University itself and the football team. And I think with Joe Pa being gone, I think the rest of the season is going to be hard for them. And I think Ohio State's going to win this. And the final score, I'm going to say Ohio State 21, Penn State 14.
All touchdowns. Get with it, Mike.
Well, you know what? Buckeyes D, Buckeyes D, Buckeyes D, because that's what we're going to see this coming week. And the offense will probably do enough to get by Penn State, as you both Dale and Brett mentioned. They're in a bit of disarray right now, so I'm looking at 24-13 Buckeyes, and we're going to be thinking a lot different next week.
Wait, yeah, Ohio State winning?
24-13, yeah, Ohio State.
So 3 out of the 4 is picking Ohio State.
Yeah, man now.
And Mr. Positive is turned negative in this
Three
one
men,
week.
3 men and
You
one
miss
whore.
You miss 1 week and you turn to be negative Nancy.
Hey, I'm just out here just trying to live in reality, so to speak, like Dale says.
I respect that.
Not on Fantasy Island.
I don't.
The blade! The blade!
You related to that guy?
Alright, we want to welcome everybody back to another edition of Rumor Mill. I am your host, the one and only Ramon, bringing you the hottest rumors around in all of sports. But this time we're going to bring you all MLB edition. Baseball was real hot. The ratings were high this year. Hey, and what a World Series it was. But we're going to start off with a Cleveland native, guy who's been here his whole career. But, hey, we let him go. We didn't want to pay him $9 million. Who is that? Grady Sizemore. Word on the street is Boston is very interested in him, and they need a leadoff guy over there. Batting .224 with 10 homers in 71 games isn't what you might need on a team, but hey, with that bat he's got, hey, when he's healthy, he's a proven player. Now over to David Reyes, one of the hottest free agents on the market right now, paid a visit to who other than the Florida Marlins. They're getting a lot of calls right now, and a lot of players are visiting there. Some big name just came from there. Now, a guy, DST's boy, Albert Pujols, just paid a little visit to Florida, and hey, he might be signing there. They got a lot of money to spend, and they got a whole new look. Hey, I like it. Reyes is a well-proven player. And now over to Boston once again with their lead guy, almost the face of the team, and David Ortiz getting big-time calls from the Blue Jays. They need another bat over there. Only guy they got is Batista, and you know how well he swings. So David Ortiz needs a team. He's been talking about the Yankees. He's talking about going to another contending team. And Boston don't like that. So they're quick to get rid of you if you tend to lean toward the Yankees. You know how that rivalry goes. Well, if you got any questions, you can hit me on Facebook or the Twitter. You know, that's GDB@twitter.com, and I'll answer all your questions. Or Ramon at GameDay Battle. Hey, once again, we're coming back, and we're going to bring it to you every week.
Box I'm glad when I saw Browns, and I'm looking forward to next week.
I'm not glad.
Speaking of next week, we've got the Jaguars here at home, and we've got sort of another
Jaguars.
situation with a young quarterback and an offense that doesn't quite work the way that it's supposed to yet, but has a lot of potential. The Jaguars, they are 32nd overall
And they'll call
in
that dead
passing yards.
last.
Yes.
Dead last.
So
What's that in?
that's passing.
Passing.
So that's Gabbert. And Gabbert is a guy that many believe can be a very, very prominent NFL quarterback, and he's not really showing it yet. He doesn't really have the offense to work with, but he's not really showing the ability to work with nothing,
Right.
like some guys do. Rushing yards, they're 11, so they're able to run the ball, but perhaps
Maurice.
because they can't
Maurice
throw the ball, so they got to run it more
Absolutely.
often.
And they do. They've ran it 290 times this year, which is second in the NFL.
Right.
So we're going to get a heavy dose of Jones-Drew. Good.
Yeah, and the rankings go by average yards per game. So when you run it all the time, it's kind of, it definitely alters the numbers a bit in a way that
Yeah.
makes them look better than they are. Looking at the defense, though, this is where we're going to have a problem. They're 5th overall against passing. I know it's not first.
Right.
They're not the Browns, but they
That's right.
Still top 5.
just plant our flag wherever we can.
That's right.
But they're still, top 5, and then 14th against the run. So again, this is going to be, I think, a very similar game to what we just saw. Let's put some numbers on it, and I think Brett, you need to start us off with some numbers.
All right, this is all on speculation if Hills comes back this week,
Which
which,
he won't.
He won't. He's already been
He's
ruled
not
out.
playing. He's already been ruled out. So go ahead.
okay, on that point,
Do you want a minute to change your final score?
oh, good. No,
You missed the rumor mill.
yeah, I did miss it, apparently. Jacksonville 14, Browns 17.
I like it.
All right.
Laces out, by the way.
Races out.
I know that wasn't Maynard's. I mean,
I'll roll number 2 on this one. I love the matchup here. We've got the number 1 pass D against the worst passing offense. So, I mean, right there, that's... I don't know. I know a lot of people don't like to say lock in the sports world, but that's a pretty much lock right there. Of course, our run defense is a little soft, and they're just going to be feeding Jones-Drew the whole game. They only have 4 rushing touchdowns as an offense, though. So, and while he may be a yards machine, they're not getting it where it counts. So this is not going to be a high-scoring affair at all.
his notes.
I think our offense, I think our offense will be able to handle these guys. We should be able to run steady. Maybe the pass defenses. We're a short yard passing team, so we're just going to chip shot them down the field. But I'm looking at a low-scoring affair. I got the Browns 16 and Jacksonville 13, which is a point less on each than Brett over there. So he threw a pretty good. He
16,
threw a pretty
13?
good dart in the dark there.
16-13, you said?
Yep, 16-13. 1 touchdown, 3 field goals for the Browns, and a touchdown and 2 field goals for the Jags. So, book it. Under 33.5.
I'll go if you want me to.
Yep.
I got the Browns losing.
Oh.
That's rare.
I haven't seen anything that makes me want to even pick them to win. We can't even close the game out. And this is why I'm picking Jacksonville, this ex-Baltimore, what they did to them. I'm picking Jacksonville 13, Browns 9, with Phil, once again, having all the points.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Just thinking about getting me a Phil Dawson jersey.
you should.
By the way,
About the
I'm
only
really
thing sure in
happy.
this city.
He's earned it.
Really happy we slapped that franchise tag on that guy.
It's worth it.
Very much.
Well, it's a tough call. I don't think any team's a lock here, honestly, Dale. I have to disagree with you. I mean, this game could go so many different ways, but I've got to put my money on the Jaguars, and I don't think it's going to be huge. I don't think they're going to destroy us, but I think that we're probably going to look as bad as we did this week, and the Jaguars are going to look kind of like they did against the Ravens, as Ramon pointed out. So I'm looking at 2010 for the Jaguars. And